Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So this video is basically about how I achieved these knotless braids. This color was very much out of my comfort zone, but I ended up loving it. I hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe. So I was a bit scared of how bright the color was going to be, so I ended up getting 1 pack of black and I used 2.5 packs of the burgundy color. So I mixed them together, and as you can see, the one on the right is a bit more toned down than the one on the left, and that is the mixed one. So I start off by parting my hair into half, and then I took 1/2 away. Then I go ahead and part that into half as well, and that is my section. So I have 4 sections at the back to start off with. So I add some jam gel to my roots. Now I'm combing out the hair to get it ready to braid. I section that piece of hair into 3. The one on the right I grab and go underneath the middle to get the one on the left. Then the one on the left I go underneath the middle to grab the one on the right. And this is when I add in my braiding hair. I add my hair in between my index finger and my thumb, and then I braid, leaving out 1/2, and then I use the same motion as I did at the start, going underneath to grab the one on the other side, and I add in the second half. I do have a knotless braid tutorial out on my channel already, which I did explain in depth, but I'm gonna try my best to explain again. So I grab the one on the right, go underneath the middle, grab the one on the left underneath the middle to grab the one on the right, and that is the motion I use, and that's how I add in my braiding hair. A quick disclaimer, I do know my parts are not straight because I could not see the back of my head, and I was not bothered to use the double mirror once again as my last video, but the parts in the front are straight, which is really what matters for me anyways. But like, yeah, the braiding is what matters the most. After I add in my last piece of braiding hair, I go ahead to flip the braid to the front so my hand can actually continue braiding. Also, some of my natural hair does stick out at the ends because I've recently cut it, but to fix that problem, I add Eco Styler gel to the other braids that I did. I'm moving on to the next braid now. This one is sped up, but I do explain further down the line, closer to the front, where you guys can see what I'm doing much better. But for now, I just want you guys to watch what I'm doing, and I will come back and explain in a bit. So I'm explaining the process again. I'm combing out the hair. I have applied jam gel to the roots and eco styler to the ends. Now I start braiding, taking the one on the right, going underneath the middle to grab the one on the left, the one on the left going underneath the middle to grab the one on the right. I get my braiding hair, add in between my index and my thumb, and then I braid, leaving out one half. And when my left hand pops out on the right side, that is when I get the second half of the braiding hair and I continue to braid. So I add in hair whenever my left hand is out on the right hand side, if that makes sense. So it's currently the next day and here I am at the front. I'm just going to let you guys watch this braid and I will be explaining in a bit. For each braid, I used about 3 pieces of braiding hair and I used the 4th one near the end just for length purposes. So I'm taking my jam gel and applying that to the roots and my eco styler to the ends. Now I'm combing out that section. I'm facing the camera now, so it's a bit harder to explain directions, but I take one piece and go underneath the middle to grab on the other side, and then underneath the middle to grab on the other side. It's literally always go under, and then I add in the braiding hair between my index finger and my thumb. I drop 1/2 to leave it out for now, and then I go back in and add it in. I do a full braid before I add in the next piece of braiding hair. So now my braids are done and I finished the ends. I go ahead and dip it in hot water. This is done so the braids are not stiff. This process is quite dangerous, so if you can get someone to do it for you, make sure you do that. But I live by myself, so I did it by myself. And here you can see the difference between the side that was dipped and not dipped. I also get the towel, dip that in hot water and press on my roots to make sure it's not stiff and to also ease the pain. Now I'm getting some of my olive oil mousse and applying that to my hair. Now I grab my blow dryer to dry my hair and make sure it's not dripping wet. So that's the end of the video, guys. This is how I achieved these knotless braids. I really loved everything about them, especially the length. I loved how long they were. They were basically bum length. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.